Hello,
Hi, hello, sir. It's um,
on Friday.
yes, it's Friday. Oh, finally, we have finished another week. It has been a long week. I hope you had a good day today. How did your day go, sir?
Yeah, as you mentioned, I had a long week this week,
Mm-mm.
so it was very tired today. So I cannot agree with the opinion of agree with the Friday is the fire Friday. it's it's just a tired Friday.
Oh, you got so tired today. So it was a tiring Friday. Did you
Yes.
work overtime, Sir Logan, or were you able to finish the project that you were supposed to finish?
Mm, I from from until yesterday, I had worked overtime, but today I
Mm-mm.
just to finish my work on time, so can I could have dinner with my family today.
Oh, yay. All right. Um, well, con- I think you had a wonderful evening or you had a wonderful dinner because you spent it with your family. And speaking of spending time with family, Sir Logan, this weekend, are you going to spend the weekend with your family or do you have something else to do?
That's I have nothing special, but I have to visit to my in-laws' house and my parents' house because just today my my father-in-law underwent a small surgery. It's not serious, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, just the last my in-law's mother got underwent surgery, and this turn is it is today is my father-in-law's turn. So
Right. After your mother-in-law's knee surgery, your father-in-law had his surgery in what part of the body, sir?
yes, exactly. It's her back, his
His
back.
back.
Yeah, his back.
Oh,
So, fortunately, it's the surgery was finished for a few hours.
for 2 hours.
Yeah, for a few hours, I or just 1 to 2 hours.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very fortunate.
And what happened? What happened to your father-in-law's back? Was it painful or was it has it been happening for a long time? Why did he need to undergo surgery?
I think he have has a pain a bit, so
Mm-mm.
he went to see a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Then the doctor said he had some, what can I say, something thing on her back. So
Uh-huh. On his back.
he needed to remove that.
Oh.
Yeah. So 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 I think tomorrow
Mm-mm.
I plan to take a break, and next tomorrow
Mm-mm.
we went to, yeah, I'm gonna or we are gonna go to both of the both of the homes.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, in-laws house and my in-laws home and my parents home
All
on Sunday.
right.
Yeah, it's my plan.
And I am guessing that your wife is going to take care of her parents.
Yes, sure. Today, her younger sister took care of her father.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, she took a day off on her
Oh.
company.
Mm-mm.
So she went to the hospital together,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, waiting. And she was waiting for the surgery finishing the
Mm-mm.
surgery.
Mm-mm.
And then they had the lunch together. Yeah, that
Mm.
means the surgery is not too serious.
Right, because your father-in-law could still walk.
Yes, and then they went back home by
Mm.
taxi.
Ah.
Yeah, so I think it's very fortunate because we worried about that just before. The doctor said uh, the surgery, the type of surgery would be determined,
Mm.
yeah, decided on just today.
Okay.
Yeah, but so uh, yeah, it would be decided to he for him
Mm-mm.
stay the hospital this night or not.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but as I mentioned, he his surgery was finished very fast, and
Mm-mm.
they were able to have lunch outside, just not hospital.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
good.
it was a successful operation.
Yes, correct. So
Yes. Oh, and then, well, um, so that's gonna be your purpose, or that's going to be your purpose for visiting your in-laws. How about your purpose for visiting your parents? Why are you going to visit your parents on the weekend, sir?
yeah, that's just a simple reason because my father wants to see my children.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's why I decided to visit to my parents this weekend. To be honest, yeah, actually, I plan to visit my parents just the last 2 weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
That's
but
right.
but my parents' home had a celebration celebration.
That's
That's
right.
yeah. Because of that, my mother was busy. Yeah, that's that is the kimjang. Do you know the do you hear
Kimchi,
about kimjang in Korea?
the kimchi making
Yes,
season.
correct. It's a kind
Ah.
of very big celebration in the parents' home.
Oh, yay!
So
Oh, right.
yeah, so my in-laws house, my
Mm-mm.
in-law finished the kimjang just before my my in-law's mother uh, had the surgery,
Mm-mm.
knee surgery.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's kind of very one of the biggest celebration in of winter in Korea.
Ah. um, so when she finished, or what I've heard regarding kimjang is when families make a lot of kimchi, like they make jars and jars or boxes and boxes of kimchi.
Yes, correct. Mm. So, but
Yes.
nowadays they they make they don't make that too many boxes of kimchi.
Ah, they don't make that.
Yeah, but it's still the big event in Korea.
Oh. Ah. Um.
So yeah,
Mm,
just to last weekend, my mother called me that
mm-mm.
she bought some vegetable because it was vegetable suddenly because it was very cheap.
Oh, okay.
So she decided to have kimjang
Mm-mm.
suddenly. So she she suggested that we visit to just this
Oh,
yeah,
right.
it's postponed a week.
Ah, that's right. It was delayed for a week.
Yes, delayed for a week. Yeah.
Yes. Ah, but finally it's done. You already you I think you have supply. You have abundant supply of kimchi.
Yes. So she also gave us. Would we give us some kimchi she made.
Oh, yay!
Yes, maybe all 2 jars.
2 jars of kimchi. How long does that last?
Last.
Yes, like for example, if you're going to eat kimchi for the whole year, do
Mm.
2 jars last for a year or do they last for more?
Uh, uh, in the same case, my in-laws family also gave us a kimchi.
Mm-hmm.
So totally we have 4 jars of kimchi.
Wow.
Then yeah, then we can eat that until next summer.
You can't. Wow.
Yeah. So
Next
in
summer.
Korea, many people has uh, the kimchi refrigerator.
How does that look like, sir? I always hear about that, but I don't know how it looks like.
Looks like a normal refrigerator,
Okay.
but but the refrigerator's temperature is
Mm-hmm.
lower. Temperature is lower than other normal refrigerator because to keep the
Oh,
kimchi fresh, freshly.
fresh. Your first one is correct, sir. But it doesn't freeze. It doesn't freeze the kimchi.
The temperature exactly not to freeze, but
Mm-mm.
under the normal temperature, the normal refrigerator, but not to freeze. But the temperature make the things not freeze. It's
Oh,
over near the 0 degree Celsius.
okay.
Yeah, so it makes the if I but but we usually store some beers, kind of beers
Mm-mm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Then they make the beer very cold, not freeze. This
Yes.
this is the best way to drink a beer deliciously. Because, yeah,
Oh,
that makes beer be colder than normal refrigerator.
it does?
Yeah, so yeah, in my home, I also have a small kimchi refrigerator, very small one
Oh.
because we we don't do kimjang, just to take
That's right.
take just take the kimchi that our parents made, just
Mm, that's right.
to yeah, it's just to keep the kimchi fresh.
Mm-mm.
The other space I use to keep make keep or the store the beers, kind of some kind of beers there. Then then it's really cold and very delicious to me.
Wow. Oh. Sir, since we are already talking about kimchi, I heard that there are many types of kimchi.
Yes, right. In Korea, many types of kimchi. Yeah.
Mm-mm. What are the types of kimchi that you have tried?
As I'm Korean, I tried almost kimchi, almost type of kimchi. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So water kimchi and some cucumber kimchi, no?
Cucumber kimchi. Wow.
Yes, my mother has made the cucumber with some pepper sauce, using the pepper sauce. Made the kimchi using the pepper sauce and some vegetables in there. That would be very great. Yeah.
Wow. And there's also I heard a type of kimchi that is not red. They call it white kimchi.
Yes, correct. Even it's white, it's a bit spicy, even though
Oh.
it's white.
Aside from putting the sauce or the red pepper sauce, what's the difference between the white one and the red one?
I think, to be honest, I don't know how to make the every kimchi's, the original kimchi's. But yeah, I guess that's not put the red pepper sauce on there. Just
Ah.
aging with the salty vegetables.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Before mix with the red pepper,
Mm-mm.
they put the vegetable into the salt water
Mm-mm.
for 1 or 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a kind of aging.
The aging process.
Yeah, then after
Mm.
they put out the vegetable from out of the salt water and
Mm-mm.
they mix or put some red sauce they made on the vegetables.
Wow.
That that's the it's very simple, a bit simple, but every people or every region and yeah, every region, every people and every city or country,
Mm-mm.
it's not country.
City.
Yeah, city has their make own recipe about that.
Ah, right. Oh, it's just like pancit in the Philippines.
Mm.
Oh, yes.
It's a kind of uh, Philippines traditional food.
It is, sir. It is. It's a Filipino traditional food. It is basically um egg noodles or
Oh,
I don't know how they call it, but something like a very very thin white noodle, and every province, every city, every place in the Philippines has their own version of pancit.
oh yes, kimchi is the same like that.
Ah.
The Gangwon-do and Jeollado and Gyeongsang-do in the region of the Korea has
Mm-mm.
the totally different.
Wow. But Sir Logan, personally, what what kimchi in or what province have you tasted the most delicious kimchi?
Ask my mother's. Yeah, in
Ah,
the capital. Yeah, my mother also came from near the capital in Seoul.
okay.
Yeah, the north of Seoul.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the style is a bit different. So Seoul style and Gangwon style, and the South style. You know, the South. Yeah, the South one is a bit more salty
Mm-mm.
because the southern area was
Mm-mm.
hotter than northern area, no?
All right.
Yeah, because of that, they keep it fresh, more fresh.
Mm-mm.
Keep some food fresh. They
That's right.
put
Keep some food fresh.
yeah because they put some put more salt to the food.
Salt. Mm.
Yeah, salt to can keep the food fresh. I think it's not fresh, just not to be.
I
So
think
more
so too,
salty, yeah,
sir.
more salty. So
Yes.
southern areas food is more salty than northern.
Ah.
So
Um, I think your sentence was right, sir. To keep the food fresh or to preserve the food.
yes, yeah, preserve. Preserve the
Oh,
food. They make
yes.
they use those salt,
Mm-mm.
more salt.
Oh, wow.
So because of that, some food was a bit salty to
Mm-mm.
northern area people.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a characteristic of the food, following the location of region.
Yeah. That's right. The taste
Yeah,
depends on the
salty,
location.
more salty, more salty.
by the way, sir, since you are an expert, I would like to know. Nowadays, more and more groceries or more and more department stores or yeah, grocery stores
Mm.
are offering instant kimchi.
Ah, yes, correct.
Um, Based on your taste and your preferences or your yeah, based on how you taste the kimchi, Sir Logan, which is more delicious?
I think the the kimchi that that was so sold that we can get from the grocery or department store. I
Mm-mm.
think it's delicious.
It is?
Yeah, I think so. But the others, such as my parents, don't
Uh-huh.
don't doesn't don't think so. Yeah, I think it's a kind of instant food, so it's
It is.
very delicious, but the taste is a bit light, not deep,
Mm-mm.
deep.
Yes.
Yeah, and some kimchi was made in Chinese in China.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
so some kimchi they sell or they serve in the restaurant
Mm-mm.
is uh, made in China because of the
Oh,
cost. Because of the cost,
oh. Sir, does it taste different when the kimchi is made in China?
I think I think before I knowing that the delicious is the same, but after know the kimchi orientation,
Mm-mm.
then I think it's not delicious.
It isn't. Oh, and I guess, but the ingredients that they use are the same with the ingredients of the original kimchi in Korea.
um, uh, Actually, I don't think so. Maybe they use the cheaper ingredient to make the kimchi in China.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think the I cannot trust the food from China.
Well, we feel the same thing, sir. We cannot trust food made in China. But I want to know your reason first, Sir Logan. Why don't you trust food made in China?
I think it's the same reason that you think. That's it. Just
Yeah.
that's it. The cost. Because of the cost, I think they usually don't use the fresh ingredient to make something.
Totally, sir. There was even an issue about milk, a type of milk that is exported by China to the Philippines,
Ah,
or
yes.
it, and they
Yeah.
said that it contained chemical, some kind of chemical that looks like milk.
Yes, correct. That's very awesome because I think Chinese guys are magicians. They made some food even though they used the ingredient. Just it came. Yeah, I was just in the past I was surprised of they made some egg not using the real egg.
Right.
Yeah, they are magicians or for matter how to say.
I know, right? It's not natural eggs. Like they can make it. It's a man-made egg, and we don't know how they made it.
Yes, I think there's a. I don't know the word. So, who made the gold without gold?
Oh.
Yeah, that's I think the word.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Poor metal. Mm, 방금 무슨 alchemist. Alchemist.
Alchemist. Ah,
Yeah, they seems
alchemist.
like alchemists.
That's right. Oh, I found another expression. Sir, they say, um, it's fool's fool's gold.
Full score.
That's right. Fool's gold meaning it's not real gold, but people think it is.
Mm. Ah,
So it
yes. It's
yes.
fun.
Yeah.
Full
It
score.
is. Yes, that's right. They're making fool's gold. China is making fool's gold just for the sake of their development.
Yes, that's so funny. So, yeah, but
uh,
but they must not do that for the food, you know.
exactly right. Oh, by the way, Sir Logan, I have heard that they also make copies of the devices originally made in Korea. So I heard that when Korea makes a device, let's say a new Samsung model, they also make a copy. China makes a copy of that same model using their own materials. What do you think about that, sir?
Um, yeah, I think it's kind of illegal, but
Mm.
I think we cannot blame that because also the Korea also some make some copy from the American one, the Apple, and
Okay.
Apple also copy of the Galaxy,
They
Yeah,
do. They copy each
yeah,
other.
yeah. Actually, it's copy each other. It's a it's a fact. And Chinese company copy both of them. So I think it's the kind of the level or the serious level.
Mm.
But some Chinese device was fully copied that is illegal. But in law, in international law, it is not problem not to sell out of the China. I just heard that.
Really?
That's the main problem. If they
Oh.
export that to another
Mm.
country,
Mm-mm.
it's gonna be a big problem. But
That's right.
if they sell the copied device in the domestic
Mm-mm.
China,
Mm-mm.
then it they cannot limit that.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's the main problem.
Right. Like it is spreading it is spreading in a way that we cannot control.
Yes, yes, just in China,
Mm.
locally, that is
Mm-mm.
we cannot control that.
Right, that's right.
Yeah,
S- It may be really illegal. It may be illegal and you Korea wants to stop it, but then we cannot do anything. It's already like let me use this word, sir, a vicious cycle. It's already a vicious cycle. Like it's happening and then it's getting worse, but it's all happening again.
yeah,
So it's a vicious cycle.
yeah. Even though the American cannot control that.
Right.
Yeah, China is China. Yeah,
Absolutely, sir. That's right. Well, thank you, Sir Logan, for telling me about gimjang, and I
Kim
hope I
Sang.
can have I hope I can have a jar of kimchi too, but I think if it arrives here, it's not gonna be fresh.
Yes, correct. Yeah, maybe it's gonna be bomb because of the they make some gas,
I know. That's silly, but well, thank you so much, Sir Logan, for sharing. Enjoy the kimchi and have a great time at your in-laws' house and your parents' house. Have a good weekend, Sir
Thank you.
Logan.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye, sir. Oh, I will see you on Friday next week, sir, because of my leave.
That's good. Have a great time with your students, and
Thank
I
you, sir.
want
Thank you.
to hear the story that would be happen.
Let me give you updates on
Okay,
Friday.
Friday. Thank you. Wow, it's not my
Bye.
vacation. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy.